Right, hello everyone, my name's Rochelle and this is the first time I've actually done a video of any sort like this, if you don't count the one where the kittens were chasing around in the garden. Basically my plan today is to show you a bit about how to spin on Majacraft Stylus. Now this is only the second bobbin I've ever used on this. I did the first one a couple of days ago, and you probably can't tell, but there it is. It's a bit thick and thin, but all in all not too bad. Okay, I'm going to be plying it with the second one, which is definitely turning out better. The fibre I'm using here is alpaca. It's a very disorganised alpaca. It's also quite short. It's only about 2 inches long, which is pretty short if I was spinning this the way I usually spin, which is worsted style. I would really and truly be inchworming it, simply because you could not spin it with your hands very far apart without risking losing the whole thing. Now with this you have no tension on, so this is my tensioning here, which is hanging loose, not touching anything important. It's got the bobbin, and then it's got the stylus, which is screwed on in front of the bobbin with a little spacer that you can't see from here. When you're spinning, your bobbin can't be too full, because it needs to be able to hook into here, which means in order for it to stay put there needs to be a bit of an angle. If there's no angle, if it's fairly full, what happens is it basically unwinds itself, and instead of pulling your fibre away, you're pulling your yarn off your bobbin, which is not so good. Right, so let's have a go at this. So basically spinning clockwise. I can never remember if this is S or Z. Just going to put a bit more twist in this one because it lost a bit while it was sitting around. So I'll stop spinning and I'm just going to wind it onto the bobbin and then let it find its way automatically. And you can see here it's just pulling the fibre out of the fibre supply, and it's actually doing it fairly evenly. And when I want to stop putting twist in, I'll just put my finger on the end so that it stops pulling fibre out, unwind, and then wind it onto the bobbin again, and off we go again. Okay, now this, as you may have noticed, is actually fairly quick. So it pulls the fibre out fairly quickly, and you get quite a length before you need to stop, pretty much as far as your arms can go. Do be aware though, if you're not used to it, your arms are probably going to complain a bit. I know mine have been. I'm having to do this with my left hand because my right hand is having some issues, or right arm rather, is having some issues at the moment with sore muscles and a reduced range of motion. I'm seeing a chiropractor for that though, so hopefully things will start to improve. But I actually do find that for this particular technique I tend to spin left-handed, whereas for most things I'm actually right-handed. You can see it is going fairly quickly. I'll just take a bit more out. So this year, I've decided that this year is going to be my, it's a bit annoying that one, my year for learning new things. So obviously this is one of the new things. I've done long draw before, but never on the stylus. My previous wheel didn't have a stylus, and I found it reasonably okay, but it was quite difficult just getting the tension right. Now with this, of course, we don't have any tension. I'll just get rid of that little bit of fluff because it wasn't actually attached. So all the work is actually being done just by the twist being put in, just like if you were using a supported spindle. So effectively this is a supported spindle. All the twist is coming in from this being spun round, and there is no draw in. So anyhow, getting back to what I was saying before, this is my year for learning new things, especially for my crafting. Not only do I do spinning and knitting, I'm also learning to weave. I'm sewing historical clothing, which is really fun, and I'm doing my usual sewing as well. So with the spinning, I've obviously started on this. I'm also doing a bit of learning for spinning lace weight. I did my first lace weight on the lace weight flyer in January, which was fun. I'm also planning on learning how to core spin, teaching myself really. So once I've got a bit of a handle on that, I'll probably do a video for that as well. In fact, I'm also teaching myself, as you may have worked out, how to use the video function on my camera. So my camera is a DSLR, it's a Canon 550D, and I want to learn how to use it properly. So as well as doing the videos, I'm also learning how to use my macro lens. So really this year is the year of learning, which I think is quite cool. Also teaching the boys how to weave on a 4-shaft table loom in the case of my eldest, and my youngest is learning on a knitter's loom, Ashford knitter's loom. But I think that's pretty much it. You can get an idea of how this works. You can't have it straight out. That's one thing I did learn. It's got to go out to the side. Now I'm actually just finding it's not as thick as I'd like at the moment, so I'm just going to assist it and going a bit thicker again. That's more like it. Okay, so basically this is about how thick I want it, and I'll give you an idea of how the yarn's going to look when it's all done. And you can see very, very fluffy, so it's not going to wear well. However, it will be beautifully warm, and I'm all about the warm in the winter because I really feel the cold. Don't have Reynolds or anything like that. Oh, a bit too close there. If you do it too close, it doesn't work very well. So just give it a bit more space, that's better. Because of course, as you're doing this and it's putting twist in, your fibres are contracting. So it gets closer and closer. And if you're already pretty much right on it, when you're starting to draw out, it just tends to end up in a big hot mess. Right, wind on for the last time for this, and I am going to say goodbye. I will be along for other videos in the future, so I may start doing a vlog, but for the moment it's just going to be spinning techniques. I may do some drum carding as well, and if there's anything anyone in particular would like to see, if you want to leave a note in the comments and I will see what I can do. Thank you.